Hello everybody, today I'm gonna show you how you can install and use, set up and fix some old bugs with the like button plugin for WordPress 4.4.4 and WordPress 3.1.2. I'm gonna show you in this little tutorial, like I said, how you can update it, set it up, use it, and also I will show you how to fix the image problem and why sometimes Facebook takes wrong pictures and why it takes so long, because the crawler always crawls within 24 hours and there could be a little delay when Facebook take the right and correct picture if you change something. So, but now I'm gonna show you how we update it. You see there's another update online, and I added the admin bar, a new template function. I'm gonna show you this also. New widgets and some other stuff. You can read in the changelog. After you have downloaded and updated, it should look like this, and when you return to the plugin page, it's now updated. And we successfully cleaned all the like button widget settings after the update. This is done automatically because there were some changes which are very important. Yeah, and after we go to the like side, and here it comes. So now we activate the like button, because otherwise it won't appear on the blog. After that you can choose if you want to use the XFBML button, but in our case we use the iframe button. Now we activate the post specific button, which means, like you can see on the images, that every post have its unique button or the same button. We activate it now. And you can choose the language now, and in our case we use the default value, but you can visit this website to show and choose another one. For example, DE for German. Now we activate the meta tag output. Our plugin generates, like you can see, the OpenGraph-Meta tags, but if you use another plugin which is creating the OpenGraph-Meta tags, you can deactivate this option. But we activate it also. And now we go to the generator. The generator has the domain, a WordPress domain URL text box. If you activate the post-specific button like we do, you should enter, or it's recommended to enter, the WordPress domain URL. And if you deactivate the post-specific button, this URL is the URL you like if you click on the like button. So if the the like buttons are dynamic, it doesn't depend on this URL what you like. And if it's deactivated, you will like the text box, the URL in the text box. Now we activate the send button, but as you can see in the image, the send button is only available if you use the XFBML button. And now we can also change the layout, style, and show faces, say when you want to recommend something. And now back to the design page. On the design page, you see you should not forget to set these two values, because the plugin will take the default value if it's empty. And you can also change the font and the color scheme, as you see here. And let's say we use Arial. Okay, now we go to the position settings, and here you can change where the like button should appear. I say I want to have it on before the content and on these pages, front page, and the other things. And here you can exclude IDs. But you can exclude it here or on the edit page, but I will show that later. So currently we do not exclude something here. And now I show you the special settings. If you just want to use the shortcode and not the plugin with all its functions, you can use the shortcode only mode, but it's not recommended because then some very important functions are not available. So okay, we have checked everything. Hit save. And it's now saved, and we click refresh on the blog, and voila, you see here's the recommend button as we choose it for the hello world for a post. And now we go to design page. On the design page you can choose if you want to use a CSS class for the div around the like button, or if you want to enter some CSS design stuff. You can enter whatever you want, like I mentioned here, padding on the left, border, let's say we had here the padding, and you can say how many breaks you want to have after or before the button. Let's say we had 2, save it, check the page. Yeah, and like you see, there are 2 breaks and a little padding. Okay, now we go to the Open Graph, and now we are on Open Graph side. Okay, I entered here an example app ID because this is not a valid app ID, but when you use the XFBML button, you have to enter a valid app ID. You get it here if you click on this, get an app ID. If you're not want to use the XFBML button, you can choose if you want to add the admin ID and app ID. You still can add a app ID or a page ID. Okay, now we go to the blog tags. And now, okay, you see I entered here the site name, not dynamic, but I will change it, binfo. Title and page URL. As you see, if you use the shortcodes, the site name, page title and page URL will be unique. Otherwise it will always be what you entered here. Now, let's say the front page type is blog, page type is let's say an article, the post type also, category is all yeah, I know, website. You can choose whatever you want, but keep in mind not every type is gonna be visible on Facebook in the same way. So maybe you will choose blog, test it, and choose another one. I don't know, but keep in mind it's not not the same every time. So okay, now I can say use blog. I use the description of the shown page, the excerpt. Yeah. Okay, you can also deactivate it or use another description or this description and whatever you want. So now, this is my default image. As you can see here, I want to have the default image visible on front page, post, and this one. No, let's say not on pages. Okay, what does the default image does? When there's no image specified, let's say a featured image or a specific image in a text box, I will show that later on, the default image will be visible. But it is also visible if you set something. This is very important. If you activate it on posts, you have to deactivate the default image every time you don't want to use it if you create or edit a post. I will show that. Facebook enables to use more than just one image and to connect just more than one image with a page. And if you like, recommend or send, this is a new function, send the current page, you can choose between these images. So keep in mind that you have to deactivate the default image here for the several types, or on the pages you edit or create every time you edit or create it. Okay, yeah, and it's also important that you use images that matches the requirements and rules of Facebook. So keep in mind that you read these rules. So okay, let's save it. And yeah, I don't want to add additional tags, but you can use it. Okay, now let's go to the page. Press F5. Okay, you see there's still a button. Now let's test it. If you press recommend, what happens? And if I press send, what happens then? Now I'm going to show you what happens. If I press send, you see there's a new window, and you can write it now to a friend, group, or email address and attach a little message. I say hello, this is an example message from gbworld.net, and this is the default image we've specified on the Open Graph text side here, and this text is taken from the post excerpt. Yeah, this was the plugin. This was a little simple instruction of how using the plugin, and the other tutorials will include some extended stuff and some other informations for the other functions. Thank you for watching.